call the City Council meeting to order. I'd invite you all to rise and join in the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Phyllis, we have roll call, please.
Ian Collier's absent. Craig Koshaw.
Here.
Matt Dyer.
Here.
Tyler Fulenkamp.
Here.
Wiley Sir.
Here. You're all emailed a copy of the minutes from our June 6th meeting. Would have a motion to approve those minutes?
So moved.
Second. Have a motion from Matt, a second from Craig to approve the minutes from the June 6th meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Thank you. First thing up on the agenda, and I just want to make a quick announcement here. I'm going to get us out of here in maybe a half an hour, 35 minutes if Tim doesn't have too much tonight.
I'm not saying anything.
Which I know has been rare, but I promised Bob that one of these days. First thing, we need to make a matter of record this evening, a notice that I got for the Redevelopment Commission. It's a document. I don't even know what this means, Phyllis. What does it mean? I'll read it. It says, Dear Adams County Auditor, Decatur Common Council, and all overlapping taxing units. In accordance with IC 36-7-14-39B, 4B, the Decatur Redevelopment Commission, or the Commission, is hereby notifying you of the following determination for the budget year 2018. The Commission has determined that there is no excess assessed value in the allocation area that may be released to the overlapping taxing units in the manner prescribed in IC 36-7-14-39B1. Sincerely, Ron Story, President, Decatur Redevelopment Commission. So, I just need to make this a matter of record.
Motion to make it a matter of record.
Do you all understand what it is?
In layman's language,
No, we do.
Redevelopment Commission, if they have excess funds, they can pass it through to the other taxing districts so that they share in the TIF revenues that are collected. This is simply saying that the Redevelopment Commission doesn't have excess revenues. They've been waiting a long time to get any revenues, and this is the second year they actually received some. So eventually that could happen, but right now they don't have enough funds to do it. So
I'll second that.
Who made the motion?
Craig.
Motion from Craig, second from Wiley. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Thank you. Next is a request from the Calathumpian Committee for sponsorship of the Calathumpian event this year. I sent you all an email now that I understand a little bit better. I guess last year, or 2 years ago, we had given $500, and we decided that we would throw in an extra $250 last year if somebody else would match that. And we, so this year we're kind of looking to do that same thing, and we already have a match. It's the St. Mary's Fall Fest, who's going to match the $250. So what I'm looking for, I guess, would be a motion for the city to go with $750 again this year for the Calathumpian Committee.
I'll have to sustain for voting on that because I'm on that committee.
Yep.
I'll make the motion to go ahead with the $750.
I have a motion from Matt.
I'll second.
And a second from Tyler that we would give $750 with the matching funds from St. Mary's Fall Festival, $250 more. For the Calathumpian Committee, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Thank you. There you go, Phyllis. And next, we have 3 guys wearing dresses here tonight that have a presentation for the Chamber of Commerce. Craig, I'll let you kind of maybe start this out.
I'd like to invite Rod and Mike Hamilton up here. We tried to come up with something to do in the fall for a festival, and talking about a German fest, and I ran into these guys. They've been doing a festival out at their home for, what, back since 2002? 2000 is the first year we did it, and we pulled it off 6 times since then. So these guys did it on their own private ground, and they came up with, I was talking to these guys, and they said, I think we could pull this off, Koshaw. They usually got around, what, 120 to 200 people at this. Right. So basically we're asking permission to hold the It used to be called the Hamilton Highland Games, but we'd like to change it to the Decatur Highland Games. We'd like to ask for permission to use the field on the north side of the Riverside Center, which is got a map here. For the actual games, we'd like for it to occur on October 7th, which is a Saturday, and start at 1 p.m. and possibly ending just before 6 p.m. for the actual games. And then we'd like to also use the chamber parking lot on right off the front road or front drive there, just to the north of the Chamber of Commerce, to hold the awards and a festival that evening up until about 11 p.m. These guys brought in some of the actual apparatuses that get thrown around now.
Are you going to demonstrate? I'm looking at it right now.
John Kiss was one of our former champions, and he threw this thing out of a spin 75 feet before it landed, and it weighs about 17 pounds. So,
Wow.
and this one weighs...
Kind of resembles a bowling ball.
This thing here, the athlete will there's two like telephone poles with a bar that you keep raising up. They'll swing it through their legs like this, and then with one hand, and then at the last second they'll rip it up like that and throw it up over the bar. So it's that's just 2 of the 5 events that we have. We have the hammer throw, 18 feet up. 18 feet. It's pretty neat to see all the athletes cheering one another on.
How many contestants have you had in the past years?
Anywhere from 15 to 20, and we're wanting to put it right at 20.
And would this be open to out-of-towners or anyone? Or?
We want to keep it local. We have some criteria for that. It would be, you'd have to be a resident of Adams County or a property owner or somebody in business. And we make we've got an exception. We have levels of sponsorship for fundraising, and if you're an event sponsor, which there's only 5, like Martin Riley is an event sponsor.
So we would let them...
They're going to have one competitor in their company.
What we're asking for also, we'll provide the safety equipment and stuff. And
Everybody
everything
smile.
on the perimeter. We're asking for a Kikianga Fest, should be the last festival in August, September. And in order for the fellows to qualify to be an actual contestant in the games, we're going to ask to use that field because we've got some safety cages they want to throw out of, and then we want to set up some of the actual things.
So you'd be putting a cage up over there to
Safety is our primary concern.
Right.
Where the competitor is going to be throwing that particular apparatus and the hammer, we have to protect the crowd. And so it'll be open on one end, and we'll have it set up in such a way where the safety fence for the crowd is plenty far away from any potential
pass around there if you'd like.
anything flying into them.
Does
We all
this,
got the little copies.
I assume that you throw it and it lands on the ground?
Yes, it does.
Does it leave a lot of
We were
potholes or whatever?
We were going to go through and fix those with, like you would on a golf course. Replace the divot.
Okay.
Fill it with seeded soil or whatnot.
Okay.
We would be chalking the grounds for the field play. Got to have an out of bounds and an in bounds.
And then orange safety fence around the perimeter to keep the crowd away.
And Tim, is that field back there, is that part of the Decatur Parks, or what is that? Do you have any idea? I don't even know.
I don't know that that's part of the...
Do you know, Craig?
I think it's city.
It's city, but it's not a park.
No,
Right?
it's
It's
not
part
a
of-
park.
It's just city ground.
Kikianga Fest and
Yeah.
flea markets and...
Where I'm going with it is...
I checked with Jeremy, I checked with the fire department, I checked with...
Greg, yeah, we have your application here, and they've all signed off on it. But the question, the first question we have to ask is about alcohol. I see there was a beer tent on there.
Right.
And
We've already got the host liability with us, with the chamber, and then we've got Joel Massoff with Decatur Package Liquor has we'll get him to apply for the license on that, and then the city, and so we should be in pretty good shape on that. We haven't had a problem yet.
No.
And I'll say that we're going to have, if they qualify, 2 state police officers competing, 2 Decatur police officers, a couple representatives from the fire department. We haven't reached out to a few others yet, but Josh Butler was supposed to be here tonight with us. He had a couple funerals to get to tonight, so that's about it. He's my lead recruiter
Josh is?
for competitors, and he's doing a heck of a job. I mean, we've only got 20 positions, and we got 26 people, so we're going to be fielding a really nice group of athletes.
Cool.
We're going to be cutting some.
I think that this would be a fun event.
Well, the other part too is I've got an attorney working on a liability release for the competitors too, so we'll provide that also at the time. We could when we get the field done.
Once we get the field set, we're going to do some private training out of my place. I mean, we're going to make sure these guys are
Worthy.
up to snuff before they walk onto the property.
Will there be admission to this? A charge?
No.
It's free to the public?
There could be a fee for the competitors, I believe. We haven't got that fully in position yet, but public is free. That's what we've decided on.
We decided public as well, free.
Okay.
Make it a family deal.
I think it's cool. Any comments from council? Matt, you're shaking your head over there.
I think it's great.
Tyler's scratching his head.
I've heard stories of the event, and I'm glad they're bringing it to town. I think it's great. I'm looking forward to not trying out, but being there to spectate.
You know, the way we have this envisioned, John Kent's has already got the bagpipes and the drummers lined up, he says. So we're going to start the ceremony with kind of a parade with our former champions, which would be John and Josh Butler, Mike, Chad Baker. Those guys have graced the podium. They're going to be carrying torches, lighting the flame.
Who plays the bagpipe?
Well, it's a group. It's like 15 or 20 guys, drummers, bagpipers. He's already talked to them. John has. So,
This is going to be great. Good for Decatur. Something totally different. And
Oh, we have clothes.
just I may read the back of the shirt. Sorry. I just threw this together. Just put it up. It says Decatur Highland Games.
Well,
A celebration
they're way
of
back
our
here.
diverse heritage,
See, this is Jackson. This is just for parking.
and competition, along with American food, drink, and custom.
exactly, yeah.
I think it kind of sums it up.
You got it right there. Yeah.
Over the chamber law.
It'll be
No, it's
fun.
right there.
All right.
I make a motion that we,
Hold on. As for parking, is that just going to kind of be, I mean, will you
It's not going
have,
to be a free-for-all.
I mean, will there be somebody out there directing?
Yes.
Okay. And that's just going to be in
We'll have
the,
coded shirts for staff, and
Yeah.
okay.
we'll have parking and...
I'm sure you'll be able to get volunteers for this. and yeah.
T-shirts for sale in the public, too.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead.
okay, well, I'll make a motion to approve the request for the Highland Games event.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same? Looking forward to the first annual, what we hope is annual, Decatur Highland Games.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
You want a copy of that map, Phyllis?
I got one, thank you.
Mike has to get to a Little League game. I think I better get out of here, too, so thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys. Take my keys with me.
That's the next one.
I think I'll go change clothes. Can I take a second?
No.
You need to stay there the whole meeting.
I thought there's going to be a new event, the Koshaw toss or something.
Yeah, the small man division. You look like a peanut sitting next to those two guys. Luke, you coming up for this? Okay, next thing I have is to make matter of record, a certificate of appointment for Kevin Hackman as our utility auditor, and Phyllis should have that copy. That Kevin, I believe, has signed, and now Kevin has 1 week and 2 days under his belt, And I know Dan was here this evening after work hours and was working with Dan. I think Dan came back in a couple days last week, so if I could have him make this a matter of record.
Second.
Motion from Tyler, second from Wiley. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, the same.
Welcome aboard officially.
Next thing I have is an amendment to a resolution in reference to funds for Connect to Careers, and Phyllis has this here. And this has to do with the fact that Connect to Careers has been rolled over into the Adams County Economic Development Corporation, and
These are two copies.
Yeah.
I think what happened was reference was made in the first resolution to 2 remaining payments. There are actually 3, so this basically clarifies that.
oh, okay, all right.
So I don't know what the next number is.
9.
9?
So this would be resolution number 2017-9. If I could have a motion for introduction of this amendment?
I'll make a motion to introduce
Amendment to the resolution.
resolution
2017-9
by short title only.
Thank you. Have a motion?
Second.
And a second by Matt. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Tim?
Resolution number 2017-9, short title, Resolution of the Common Council of the City of Decatur which supplements Resolution 2017-7 by approving the reallocation of a portion of unpaid funds committed to Connect to Careers to the Adams County Economic Development Corporation for the purpose of performing workforce development in Adams County, Indiana.
And I would look for a motion for adoption of this amendment to the resolution
I'll make a motion to
2017-9.
adopt resolution 2017-7?
9. A motion by Wiley,
Second.
second from Tyler.
I have to sustain, I'm on that board of directors.
Okay.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Thank you. Resolution 2017-9, or the amendment to that resolution, has been adopted. Next is an ordinance to amend the current salary ordinance, whereas we would be adding utilities auditor. Formerly, Dan was called our utilities director, and there's been a slight change to the job description to where it would now be a utilities auditor, and then also for a civil infrastructure manager, which is a new position within the city, which kind of runs parallel to the former city engineer's job with a little alterations to it. I'll touch more on that in a few minutes, but for now I need to have ordinance number 2017- what, Phyllis?
Tim, were you using number 6 to amend the sidewalk thing yet, or not?
I haven't used that, no.
Okay, number 6.
It'd be ordinance number 2017-6, by short title.
I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 2017-6 by...
Introduce ordinance.
Introduce, I'm sorry.
Ordinance
Introduce, yeah.
by short title
By
only.
short title only.
Second.
Motion and a second to introduce ordinance 2017-6 by short title only. All in favor?
Aye.
In its first reading.
Ordinance number 2017-6, short title, an ordinance which amends salary ordinance 2016-15 to eliminate 2 positions, utility director and also city engineer, and add 2 new positions and salaries for utility auditor and also civil infrastructure manager.
Okay, I'll make a motion to pass ordinance 2017-6 on its first reading.
By short title only.
By short title only. No,
Well, it's for passage, yes. I have a second over here from Craig. Have a roll call vote, please.
Craig Koshaw.
Yes.
Matt Dyer.
Yes.
Tyler Fulenkamp.
Yes.
Wiley Sirk.
Yes. I'll make a motion to read... Place
Ordinance.
ordinance 2017-6 on its second reading
By.
by short title only.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to place ordinance 2017-6 in its second reading by short title only. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Tim?
Ordinance number 2017-6, short title, an ordinance which amends salary ordinance 2016-15 to eliminate 2 positions, utilities director and also city engineer, and add 2 new positions and salaries for utility auditor and also a civil infrastructure manager.
I'll make a motion to approve or pass ordinance 2017-6
Second reading.
on a second reading.
I have a motion and a second from Craig for passage of ordinance 2017-6 in its second reading. We'll have a roll call vote.
Craig Koshaw.
Yes.
Matt Dyer.
Yes.
Tyler Fulenkamp.
Yes.
Wiley Sirk.
Yes.
Can we do all
Do
three?
you want to table it, or do we?
You can, if you're going to do a third, you need to suspend the rules and adopt it on third reading by short title only.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we suspend the rules and adopt 2017 on short title only.
In its third
In
reading.
its third reading.
Second.
A motion and a second to place ordinance, to suspend the rules and place ordinance 2017-6 in its third reading by short title. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the same. Tim?
Ordinance number 2017-6, short title, an ordinance which amends salary ordinance 2016-15 to eliminate two positions, utilities director and also city engineer, and add two new positions and salaries for utility auditor and also a civil infrastructure manager.
Make a motion to adopt ordinance 2017-6.
Thank you. I have a motion to adopt ordinance 2017-6. Do I have a second?
Second.
A motion and a second. We'll have a roll call vote.
Craig Koshaw.
Yes.
Matt Dyer.
Yes.
Tyler Fulenkamp.
Yes.
Wiley Sirk.
Yes.
Ordinance 2017-6 has been adopted. Thank you. That's all I had. Now, in conjunction with this, I wanted to introduce Don Bergdahl this evening. Don Bergdahl is our new Civil Infrastructure Manager. Don worked for Fleming Excavating for 33 years and 1 day as a superintendent, right, Don? Is that what superintendent? Yep. He has extensive experience in civil infrastructure, construction, water lines, sewer lines, anything that's below grade, and most things above grade. He also has pretty extensive experience in. Nate Rumschlag left the city a year ago, March, I believe it was, and we were looking for a civil engineer with not a lot of luck, and Don became available. Don is not a civil engineer, but he has 33 years experience working with civil infrastructure, and I would put him up against most civil engineers as far as knowledge of infrastructure and doing things the right way versus doing things the wrong way, and so we went through the old city engineer's job description. We eliminated a few things. We really didn't have to eliminate that much, and kind of revised it a little bit and offered the job to Don. We advertised it internally first, and then we put it out on our city webpage and in the newspaper, and we had a few good applicants, and Don was by far the best that we had, and Don started yesterday with us. Now with Nathan Hirely having left the city, who was a operator, operators is a very important position with the city operations, and with all the construction we have going on, Don spent most of today operating a backhoe, I think it was. So, not what he's going to be doing all the time, but we're looking for a new operator, and I'm sure we'll find one here shortly. And Jeremy's not here tonight, but Jeremy is very grateful to have someone working alongside of him now to handle all these projects we have going on. It's amazing how tore up our community is right now, but
it's always good to have backup people,
That's
too,
exactly
that,
right.
that they can, in a pinch and
I
fit in
think
here, and that's great.
Tim said it best after the last meeting. It was Cam's last meeting, and Tim said, when Cam gets back a year from now, this downtown area is going to look totally different. There's going to be a nature preserve over here. Monroe Street's going to have all new sidewalks and new street lights. The Schaefer Building's going to be gone. There's going to be a plaza over here. Facades, more facade work's going to be done.
And the Artist Loft project will...
And the Artist Loft project will be started. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be kind of cool when Cam gets back here and goes, Wow. Kind of cool. That's all I had as far as the mayor's report. Tim, do you have something tonight? Come on. It's only been a half an hour meeting thus far. Department heads, Greg.
No, thank you.
James. Les.
Going Thursday morning about 10 o'clock, pick up a new grass brush truck up in Waterloo, and
Saw some pictures of it today.
it's bad. It's a truck. It's a truck.
Kurt.
I want one of those trucks.
I'll speak up. I think it's okay to say this is about the things that happened at the Plan Commission tonight. This evening, the Plan Commission approved plans for Wendy's to tear down the existing Wendy's restaurant. I think they said that would start soon,
Yeah.
mid-July.
Mid-July.
Yeah, and they're going to tear it down. They're going to close the old Wendy's, tear that one down, and reopen a brand new, their most current edition of a design of a Wendy's restaurant 3 months later. So that's kind of cool. And then the other thing is Casey's General Store came in this evening to the Plan Commission, and they'll be closing on the property at the corner of Adams and 13th, directly across the street from Johnson's Auto Sales, and they'll be putting in a convenience mart / gas station. It'll have food and whatever, and who did I just talk to? Said they were just out west and on their way back. Was it you, Tyler? Or
Bill.
His favorite. Yeah, Bill Carbach said he driving back from Colorado, and everywhere he went, he kept seeing those Casey's. They're out of Iowa, I think. Is that right?
Yeah, that's when I see it, when I go to Number Frog.
Yeah. So, and he said all of them look really nice. So it's going to be kind of nice having something on that intersection. There's never been anything there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got one that just opened in Geneva, correct. So that's two good things. And then the third thing was the trailer place, Decatur trailer sales. Is that what it was? The very first people on the agenda tonight.
Oh, that was, yeah, they're putting up a new building that's going to be used for assembly and holding of trailers, custom trailers that they built until customers pick it up. But it's a structure that's being used, and then eventually they'll turn it into a service center there.
Where
Is that on 11th Street?
Yeah.
Got Albert
Yeah.
Parker.
They're growing, that's a pretty
Yeah, it
good
is.
business.
It is.
Albert. So-
No, it's not Alberting.
Indiana trailers.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's three good positive things at the Plan Commission tonight. Great to see. Kevin?
No.
You sure? Ann? Bill?
Okay.
Don, you gotta ask. All right. Council members?
I got two things.
Sure.
We had talked at Main Street meeting about, I'd like to, don't want to make a decision right now, but Main Street said that we would like to do something about the local, get a TV ad on,
Oh, yeah.
local TV ad.
Channel 21 has that.
Channel 21, yeah.
It's,
But
what's
our
it
goal
called?
was to talk with Scott Murray back here and see if we could possibly
Scott's not in
the
sales.
channel he works with too. But anyway, the chamber had said that they put in a third, and we were wanting sometime, if we could
I think
take
it's a
this next time.
life's greater, life's better indicator, or greater.
Possibly get
There
on the
are
next
three
agenda.
different packages. The first package is $450 to do what you see, the Life's Better, where they highlight different. The second package is where Dirk, the Insight show, they will come down to Decatur at our choosing location and do a 4-minute interview. That one's $350. And then there's a third package where they'll put together some ads that run on their website. The first two particularly, I think, have some good possibilities.
And we want to, the proposal is to have this shared between the city, Main Street, and the chamber.
Yeah. So if we did the first two, that would be 800 total.
We could table it, but I just wanted to
Yeah.
bring it to attention to possibly get it on the next agenda. The other thing I wanted to say was, I've driven around the city, and I'm pretty proud of the way that Hitchcock Concrete and the city are working together to put the light posts in, and, you know, the water department, the city streets department, Hitchcock Concrete, these guys are chasing rain yesterday. I mean, they were throwing drop cloths back over the sidewalks and pulling them off and brooming them again, but it's been a really neat coordination just watching it from all over the city. Madison Street, they got the water line in there, 350 foot of pipe in 2 days, in my opinion, was a pretty darn good project for in-house. I'm pretty proud of the guys and the way that they're moving along with these projects.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yep. Thank you, Craig. Phyllis, you have anything?
Were we going to decide on the flood grant? Or no?
No,
No.
because we're going to have a meeting with those four residents first.
And that's good.
Nothing else, I would look for a motion to pay
I'll make a
the...
motion to pay the claims.
Okay.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve the claims. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, the same?
Motion to adjourn. Second.
I have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, the same? We are adjourned at 8:07 by that clock.
This is almost record.
Um,
Let's get that on record.
Next